fitter here in the UK or were you fitter in India, back in India? And I'm asking this with a group of people who've lived both in India and in the UK. This is going to be a thorough debate, I imagine, because the views are this and that. It's really not a grey area. I'll start with you.
Yeah, sure. When I was in India, I did think that I was doing a lot of running around because I used to go walk from home to work. Basically, when I say home, to the train station, and when we did that, it was 1.5 miles, I guess.
Kilometers.
Yes. Beg your pardon. Kilometers in India. Beg your pardon.
Sorry, it's miles. So you're walking that much.
That's true. So I walked every day, and I thought that was being really fit. But when I came,
it was actually. I don't know a lot of people who do 1.5 kilometers every day.
Every day. I used to do that every day when I went to work there. And then after coming here, I think it's different. Your lifestyle is different. Although you don't have any maids, you still do your work. There's dishwashers and stuff, but still you still have to do it. So I think there's a bit of both. I don't know currently what the situation is, where people have maids and things like that. So they might not.
So which
stand
is
up to get a glass of water, I guess. I don't know. But
No, I don't think you have maids. Unless you're really very close to the Ambanis, I don't think you have people to fetch you water. But yes, there are maids who all of us, I think, dearly miss. But that's the beauty of living in UK, right? You do every single work yourself. DIY is something you hear more often than mind the gap.
You wash your car, you hoover your car, you hoover your house. Practically everything. We clean your windows. I mean, I do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So you're fitter here?
Yes.
And you walk more than 1.5 miles here every day?
Yes. 1.8 miles every day.
Oh God. Okay, so just to clarify that we're all on different levels of fitness here, obviously, because and she thinks she's not doing much walking, despite walking 1.5 miles, but she's fitter here in the UK. Are you fitter in the UK, or were you better off in India?
I think I was better off in India.
Really?
Yeah, because back then I was a bachelor, so that probably adds a bit. So like every weekend,
So are you otherwise saying that you become more lazy once you're married?
I think it's probably more of
I am a journalist. I can't help. Yeah, I do agree. Perceptions.
it's probably more of the responsibility that goes with it, because you've got your kids, you need to take them around, and weekend especially, you take them around, you become a driver, you take them to swimming, you take them that class, this class, and you hardly have time to for yourself. I'm sure there are a lot of other people who say no, I get my own time, I go to gym, I do that. But for some parents, I think it's quite difficult. And definitely for me, I say when I was in India, I was a bachelor, I was running around, I used to play cricket or do all the sports. I was fitter there compared to here. That's my argument.
And also weather-wise, you had the chance to go out and play more.
Yes, that adds as well. Yeah, here it's only 3 months. June, July, August is the only time the sun comes out.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, you're indoors, cold. So yeah.
Tell me, do you drive to work or do you take trains? You drive to work. Okay, so now we know why you're saying what you're saying, because you don't work in central London, do you?
No, I don't.
That's why you have the luxury of driving, because if you were working in central London like I do, then you would be walking at least 10 minutes to the station and back, which is great. Not great on times when you're running late to catch that train, but it's just great because back in India, I just didn't care to walk. Where, we had this luxury of coming out, and there are cars and cabs are so much more cheap. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm much fitter in UK.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, here we have separate walking paths, whereas in India you don't find much of. So
you have cycling tracks, you have walking paths.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you were just mentioning about the weather. When the weather is not good, we always have our yoga. So we are having options.
You have better options. Okay. You can do indoor stuff. What do you do for a living?
I'm working in a school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you work in a school. Okay. And your opinion, before I shift the topic a little bit more to, we often told we are what we eat. But before I get to the food, are you fitter here or in India?
I was going to comment on that actually. I was fitter in India because the food there, you have so much choice, so much salad and such, awesome vegetables. A choice of vegetables, a choice of, a lot of fiber in those vegetables in various ways. So diet played a very big part, and also the weather. I played a lot of tennis when I was in India, and also just the lifestyle itself. We are surrounded so much by yoga around us, lots of cricket around us, lot of sporting going on everywhere around us.
There's football here.
There is, but that is general public, Janta playing on the road. Whereas, how many
There's no
children?
gully football, like there used to be gully cricket.
Yeah, here everyone, back home, I remember as a child, summer holidays or even evenings, we were always out of the house playing. Whereas
a gang and you had
Yeah.
cousins come over.
Yeah. Whereas now, my children, every other day I'm buying one more app for them, on their iPad. So, it is, I feel, the environment there in India is a lot healthier in various ways, bhakti yoga and mantras and, a lot of, various, activities just surrounding us. Which put us into that state really.
It's also a lot of eating when such families involved.
Yeah, that is true.
A lot more laddus and a lot more savory. But yes, we'll come to food because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. We walk a little bit more in the UK perhaps. As bachelors, some men did a lot better in India perhaps. But we are what we eat. We pop vitamin D pills every single day because we don't have a natural source of sunlight. We eat vegetables which are imported from other countries because this country is very cold and nothing grows here. In the long run, are you really eating fresh, eating healthy, or are you living on frozen food all the time unless you're fantastic cooks and you're cooking?
No, well, I do a bit of both. So it's the convenience, it's the lifestyle. Because if you're busy, you've got 2 young kids, you've got to run around for the activities, you've got to make sure you're on time at work. All the housework is done because no maids here, obviously. So I do find I do a mix. I do buy the fresh vegetables. But when you say fresh, again, they're packaged. They come from different. Yes, the fresh. Yes. So they come from different countries. So we don't have them freshly picked. But yes, the frozen option is also there. So I do a bit of both.
You do a bit of both. How do you strike a balance?
I use
You're the India camp, right? This is the India camp and this is the UK camp. Yes.
I use a lot of vegetables, and
So you watch what you eat and you ensure there's a lot more.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
think-
agree with my point that because you are the India camp and I'm sure you're like, yeah, that's what I told you. India.
Yes, yes, yes. So again, eating vegetables is quite key because again that keeps you healthy, etc. So cooking as such, yes, again it's a balance. Sometimes husband and wife work, especially in my case, we both work. So
Do you both cook also?
Occasionally, me. So yeah, I mean it's a striking balance. Again, takeaways also come in there. Sometimes we cook takeaway frozen food. But again, it's not as healthy as what we get in India.
Sure. It's not as
And
fresh, perhaps.
As fresh as well. Yeah.
As fresh, perhaps. And that brings me to the question: how do you strike a balance? Because here, while you walk a lot more, I often say the public transport system here is our gym because we sometimes don't have the time to go to a gym, but then we walk to the station and back, which is really not enough. But at least we've started.
Yeah, just go one day to London and come back. That's more than enough.
Just go to central London and be back. Okay, lovely talking. This was a very interesting conversation. Strike a balance. Try and walk that much more and remember to eat as fresh as you can. I know that some families, for the sake of convenience, cook one Wednesday and keep the food throughout till Saturday. But then, not you. Okay, hopefully not many of us. But then eat as fresh as you can because here in the UK you have walking paths, like she said. You have more such benefits to walk. So make the best of it. Be fitter. Thank you very much. Join us if you want to. Write to us. I'm available on ooe@ndtv.com.